Hi, good morning everyone. We've just got a bit of argy-bargy with some magpies happening at the moment. All right, just waiting for some people to turn up. We're here a few minutes before start time and we're standing at Caves Beach. So I'll just wait for some people to turn up before I start. Beautiful morning here at Caves Beach. Hi Melanie, good morning, welcome. Thanks for joining me this morning. So looks like I have 2 people on so far, 4. Numbers are jumping up, excellent. So we've got some blue sky. Hi Mary Beth, lovely to see you. All right, so the reason I'm pointing skyward is I want to show you something, but I'm just going to wait a few more minutes. Hi Dawn, lovely to see you. Thanks for coming. Hi Sarah. So we're standing under a Norfolk Island pine tree at the moment, and I'll just wait a few more minutes for a couple more people to jump on. But this is one of these amazing pine trees that we get beachside in Australia, and they're often planted in places like Manly and along the northern beaches, and they come from Norfolk Island. So this is the Norfolk Island pine, and the reason I'm starting here will become apparent in just a few moments. But I'm kind of mindful of some small children that I really don't want. Hi Julie, really don't want to pay too much attention or focus on them. So I'm hoping that they're kind of going to move out of frame in a moment. But there's my husband just heading down to the water's edge. Oh, there we go. We got a glimpse of what I wasn't going to show you just yet. All right, we may as well do it. So we're standing at Caves Beach, and there's a small child there. I don't want to film children. He's got his back to me. This is a beachside sculpture. Hi Bilal, how you going? All right, out of frame, little one. So what this is, I showed you the Norfolk Island pine, and this is a sculpture of the seed pods or the seed cones from the Norfolk Island pine. Hi Mona, welcome. And I would show you the information panel, but the small child. Oh, you've got a Norfolk Island pine. That is a tiny little one, isn't it? 18 inches tall. Let me show people who don't know. This is what do you call that? It's not a leaf. It's not a frond, but it's the it's the green bit. That's the green bit from the Norfolk Island pine. That's what it looks like when it falls to the ground, and you can actually see the texture of it. That's how long it is. All right, small person, move away from the information board. Thank you. Oh, he's back again. Hello, could I just have a look at that? Thank you so much. So this is the artist Kellyanne Lees, and this was installed here in 2019 from welded steel, and we'll get up close and have a look at it. Thank you. And this is the seed cone or the seed pod of the Norfolk Island pine represented in steel. There we go. So just thought I'd start. Needles. Thanks, Mary Beth. Yep, that's probably a very accurate description. Needles. Let's walk down onto the beach. Thank you. Thank you, small person. And here we are at Caves Beach. This is a beautiful beach. And it's just to the south. Oh, we just missed a white-faced heron. Just took off. Just flew off from right here. We're just to the south of Newcastle. It's about half an hour to the south of Newcastle. And we are about 2 hours north of Sydney. And this beach, same name as the suburb, Caves Beach, and that will become apparent, the reason for that, in just a few moments. But we're going to look northwards first. So this is the first day of winter for us here in Australia. Hi Jasmine, welcome. And literally looking into the sun at the moment, so if I missed anybody, my apologies. Welcome to you as well. So this is looking northwards towards Newcastle. The north end of this beach is called Hams Beach. This is Caves Beach. And we are going to walk down in this direction and head over there towards this headland. So let's go. And as we do, I'm going to keep an eye on, like for instance, oh, this is beautiful. It's a lovely shell there that I've just picked up. Hi Claire. There's another one. There's been a bit of sea activity, I can see. So you can actually see where the outer shell has been worn away by the pounding against the sand, and we're starting to see that luminescent colour shining through, that sort of mother and pearl kind of colour shining through the shell there. A beautiful shape. Let's put that down, and here we go. Hi Claire. So the majority of the rock along here that we see along the water's edge is, or the high tide line. Oh, there's something interesting. It's a little baby abalone. Isn't that gorgeous? I might put that one in my pocket, take it home with me. Isn't that beautiful? Look at it. So there's been some high seas recently, and there's another one of those big ones. Hi Lynn, welcome. Thanks for coming along this morning and joining me at Caves Beach. I'll just show you this little abalone shell again. Isn't it gorgeous? That one I'll take home. I'll give that one to my granddaughter. Such a luminous inside of it there. Just gorgeous. All right. So where we're heading for is, you can probably see the entrance to one of the caves over here. Richard's gone for a surf. The surf looks pretty good. It's only small, but the waves look like they're in nice shape. And let me see if I can... Hi Turquoise. I haven't seen you for ages. I remember seeing you lots back in Hago days. So there he is out there. He's taken his bodyboard out there with him. And you were just lucky enough to see him get on a wave. And I can see my horizon's crooked, so we're not going to spend too much time looking at the horizon. And I'm just trying to zoom out again. There we go. Got a bunch of seagulls standing here on the beach. Am I zoomed out or not? I'm really trying to just make sure I'm zoomed out at the moment. All right, so let's head towards the first of the caves. I'm making a decision here. I'm trying to toss up because there's always the chance that we may lose the signal inside these caves. We'll just say good morning to these guys first. And I'm convinced that I'm zoomed in, and I'm trying to get zoomed out again, and I'm not having much luck. All right. There we go. That worked. Okay, so I've got a decision to make. There's a very good chance that we'll lose the signal at Swansea, Swansea headland, which opens into Lake Macquarie. And the Lake Macquarie local area it's a small local area in between Newcastle and the Central Coast. And I'm keeping an eye on the horizon as well, as the best of my ability and eyesight, because it's whale season, whale migration season, and they are all starting to migrate north from the Southern Ocean up towards the Great Barrier Reef. And every now and again people will report on social media that they've spotted whales. In fact, there was a blue whale spotted not too far south of here just a few days ago, which is the first time in decades apparently. I think there's been 3 reported sightings of blue whale on the east coast in something like 150 years. So that's quite exciting. And it was spotted with a drone. All right, look at this beautiful surf, amazing beach, gorgeous waves. What I'm going to do is slowly head back in the direction of the main cave. We're going to have one last shot at going through it. I fully expect the signal to drop out. And at that point, I will leave you and then I will commence a recording that I can post later. So this is what treat this as a taster. Treat this as a preview. What you're seeing now live with me. This amazing scenery is what you're going to see on the full recording when I come back and do it later. All right, now I need to find my way back down. How am I going to get down there? I got up here. Am I going to be able to get down again? All right, I'm going to do a bit of rock scrambling, aren't I, to get down there? Down on my bum. Here we go. Made it. Made it. Okay. There. Okay. So I really do want to take you through that main cave, and the only way I'm going to be able to do that reliably is via a recording. Suzanne, just be careful, don't twist an ankle. Yes, that is my mantra these days, Suzanne, absolutely. Constantly aware of where I place my feet. Not to do myself an injury. So here's the smaller cave under here. If I tap on the screen, will it expose for it? No. And then we have tiny little caves that, you know, great for kids to poke around in. Okay, I think I'm back. Hi, Julie. I noticed that the signal did cut again just briefly, but it came back of its own accord this time. It really is very dodgy territory for signal around here. So for anyone who might have missed it, I will do a recording because this place is just too amazing to miss out on. All right, do you know what I'm going to do before I leave you though, is I'm going to do what I should have done right at the very beginning and turn the camera around and say hi, especially to those who haven't met me before. So my name's Lynn, most of you know me. Welcome to Caves Beach in the Lake Macquarie area between Newcastle and Sydney. And before I close off, normally before I begin, I would acknowledge that we're meeting today on the traditional lands of the Awabakal people and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Okay, so just in case I lose you, I just wanted to make sure that I... Oops, I accidentally pressed the mute button. Not sure how I did that. So here we go, that's the third cave, I think. Yeah, that's the third cave over there. Hi, Eileen, you're back. Do any creatures live in the caves? Not that I'm aware of, because they do get inundated by water at high tide. We're at low tide right now, so there might be crabs, mollusks, that type of thing. I don't even think there's any sort of birds nesting inside the caves. Now, that is, if we have a look through there, don't know if you can see, just through there, that's the cave that we came through where I first lost the signal. So that's the way I want to take you back through. But knowing that I'm going to lose the signal again, I want to make it the very last thing that I do. So if we head over here, I'm going to get my feet wet. I'm going to get my trousers wet. I just wanted to take you out onto the rock platform, because I know that there are some very interesting critters live in these tidal pools, including sometimes starfish. So I wanted to have a look and see if we would be lucky enough to see any little creatures in some of these tidal pools. Whoa! It's only a low swell, it's not strong sea, so I'm fairly sure that I'm not going to get washed into the sea, washed off the rocks. I've gone as far as I'm prepared to, though, given that the waves are washing in like that. Excuse me, just got that little cough, little niggling cough. Any starfish in there? I'm not seeing any, and the water's moving a little bit too quickly for me to see. So that's where I tried to walk earlier, but my way is blocked that way. I'll take you as far as I can, and then we're going to go back through the cave, and I know that there's a very good chance that we will cut out again. So just before we head back through there, let's have a look at some of these little rock pools. Not seeing any activity at all just at the moment. So many of them around me. So interesting. No, I'm not seeing any little critters. They're a little bit deep to go rummaging around in. And this is where my way is blocked. It's very deep. There's some little fish in this one. I don't know, can you see the fish? Just tiny little ones. But this is where we entered the cave earlier, and that's where the signal cut out. Hi, Bilal. You're back again as well. So yes, that's where we entered, and the signal cut out completely on us. And this is where our way was blocked earlier, so we couldn't walk around this way. There's little fish, tiny little ones. I mean, they're only about this big. And now the surface of the water has been disturbed, so we can't see them any longer. All right, so this is, I think, where we're going to part company again, because I'm going to try and go back through this cave. So this is where I'm going to say goodbye to you, because I'm pretty sure that the signal's going to drop out one last time. And oh, let's watch this wave first. They're rather nice shape. It's what we call shore dumpers, so they're not actually very good for surfing. Okay, let's do it. Let's try. And if I lose you, thank you so much for joining me. Keep an eye out for the recording. If you're still here by the time we get through to the other side of this cave, I'll see you on the other side. But this is where we go through. Actually, do you know what? I wonder if I can squeeze through that smaller one. I might have a better chance of keeping the signal if I'm lucky enough to go through the small one. Let's go quickly and see. I'm going to go as quick as I can through here and see if I get to keep you with me. Fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed. Are you still there? Are you still there? Whoa! I can still see. I can still see. I'm gonna have to do a recording because I lost them 3 times. That was Richard just... Yeah, we saw the cormorant earlier. Are you still with me? Oh, wow! We managed to go through the cave and I didn't lose you. That's incredible. That's amazing. Let's have a look back that way. All right. So there we go. Rich is going to walk in there, which will give you some sense of scale. It'll give you a sense of how big it is. I'm so glad we managed that. I know it was quick. You probably didn't get any postcards at all, any snaps. The legs of my pants are getting wet. Oh well, no biggie. I knew that was going to happen. And you're all still with me. Oh God, is it tempting fate to try it one more time? Look at this green rock. Don't you just love being down by the sea? This is exquisite, this beach. It's so beautiful. Look at this. Look along the length of it. And again, I apologise for the wonky, the wonky angle. I don't know why it's wonky. Hi, Shirley. All right. Should we tempt fate and try and go back through again? Just the little short bit. Just the little short bit. And I've kept you once, so let's try it one more time. We'll go back through again. Just do the little short bit. Not try and go too far in. All right. Okay. So I want you to really see just the beautiful colour of the sandstone before we go in as well. It's just gorgeous, the different swirling shapes and patterns, the colours of the sandstone. Okay, so we're going to dive in again. We're going to do it one more time. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. We're standing here at Caves Beach in the Lake Macquarie area, just north of the Central Coast and just south of Newcastle in New South Wales on a glorious first day of winter. And it's absolutely beautiful here this morning. We have a very soft, gentle glow coming off the sky, reflected on the shoreline here. And then over to my right, we have what this beach is named for, which is the stunning caves, probably the most picturesque and beautiful caves anywhere on the Australian coastline. So we're actually going to go into some of these caves. Some of them are larger, some of them are smaller. We'll walk through and have a look at them all, have a look at the inside of them. Before we go in, however, have a look. We have a pied cormorant sitting on the rock over here. Just beautiful. There he is, sitting over there. Okay, so let's head on into the cave. So it's sandstone rock that lines the beaches here with layers of conglomerate. And the sandstone was laid down 200 million years ago during the Triassic period. And you can see the layers clearly when we look up above the entrance to the cave. You can also see the different swirling colours that come from different rocks such as iron, which start to show through the stone. We'll have a look at some of the incredible colour and texture on the roof of this cave. We're here at low tide or approaching low tide, which is the safest time to visit these caves, as a high tide can inundate. And we can actually see here, if we look, the different high tide lines. There's several high tide lines here on the sand on the floor of the cave. Now, there's a number of different exits that we can take. So the smaller one here is probably more suited to children. I'm not even going to attempt to go into that one there. Bending down quite low at the moment, but you can see light coming through from there, so we do know that it exits on the other side. We have this larger one here. I'm actually going to take the first exit that we saw. So there's several ways of leaving this sea cave and exiting out the other side. So as we come through the cave, we see that there's another beach that it opens out onto. And we get to see this beautiful sky framed by the rock of the cave. As we come out, when we turn around, we can look back at where we've come through, and it's almost hidden. So there's the entrance to the cave there, the first one. And all of this has been eroded by the action of the waves. There's the second entrance. And there's that third exit from the cave over here. We're looking along the beach. We can see that there's a whole heap of caves and inlets, overhangs, all formed by the action of the sea. So here's another cave over here. If we go inside this one, let's see how far it goes. So there's a little path through there. You can see there's tracks, people have been exploring it. And the whole inside of the cave is what looks to me like conglomerate, but I'm no geologist, I don't know a lot about rocks. You can see this is obviously where children have played. There's lots of footprints in here. But this is the picturesque part of it. We stand here and we can look out. We've got the cave framing our picture of the sea out towards the ocean. So with someone walking out through the entrance, we can actually get an indication of the scale, the size. Looking up at the rock face, we can see all the different colorations, colour permutations. And we're constantly accompanied by the sound of the sea. The Caves Beach is just one of a number of beaches with sea caves all along the Central Coast and Lake Macquarie coast. There are beaches with stunning sea caves. Just a little further south of here is a formation called Pink Cave, which sadly is closed to the public due to the dangers presented by attempting to enter it. There have been a number of deaths of people who've unfortunately fallen into the sea and not been able to be revived. while trying to enter the pink cave, which really just highlights the importance of always being safe, always knowing what the tides are doing and the swell of the sea. Around here we have lots of little rock pools. And here's one that has different seaweeds in it. Looking to see if there's any other life forms that I can see. We can see the tracks of the seashells, the snails, and there's even one moving now as we look, forming tracks in the sand on the bottom of the pool. And the ever-present sound of the sea. So we'll just make our way back carefully, back towards the sand and the beach. And looking in this direction towards the north, we can just get a sense of the interesting rock formations all the way along this part of the beach. Okay, so let's head back and see what other caves there are. There's a third cave over here, much smaller than the first two that we've seen, and a crevice alongside it as well. So we can look up through the heights of the crevice towards the top of the cliff and back down towards the entrance of the small cave and see some really interesting colorations and natural formations. And here we have the third cave, which is really just a small recess compared to the other two. Heading over in this direction. We see other little openings and hollows that have been formed by wave action over the years and decades, millennia. Until we come to a natural inlet where the sea at high tide would come right in, right up to this point here. It's almost a calm little swimming hole at the moment, but you don't know what that's going to turn into as the wave action gets stronger and the tide gets higher, the swell's stronger. So we'll return and head back through the main cave towards the main Caves beach. And in the distance I can see that there are now a couple of board riders have just entered the surf. As the tide comes in, the waves may start to build in size. And there's another little, almost just a washout, little cubby hole where children, I bet, crawl under and explore. So returning now to the main cave, which we'll walk through once again to return to main Caves beach. And just before we do, let's have a quick look and see if we can see anything in the rock pools. Our way to the beach via the rock platform is blocked by a deep pool, so we will return through the cave. But let's have a look and see what's here. So at this point we have, I might be able to get across there. It's more interesting to go back through the cave though, isn't it? Some little fish in this pool. I might be able to get through there. Selling myself short by not, aren't I? Let's go this way. Okay, here we go, I did it. And here we have the main cave again. Beautiful. Nature's artwork adorns the ceiling of the cave. This is the larger of the three exits out to that second beach. All right, and then once more, looking out through the entrance of the cave. To the sea. Where the pied cormorant's still standing there, almost as if he's waiting for us to exit the cave. He's still there on the rock. And this beautiful beach. What a beautiful beach. On the beautiful 1st of June, first day of winter. Two board riders heading out. Looks like they're on longboards, I think. And there we go. Caves Beach. Thanks for joining me. It's been lovely. It's a beautiful day to be at the beach, even if you're not in the water.